Welcome to the Bookroom Duo, where we explore a variety of books. Let's get started.
Sounds good.
Today, we're diving into Happily Never After
Okay.
by Lynn Painter.
Right.
It's a rom-com,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
we're in for a fun ride.
Always fun.
And this one starts off with a bang
Oh, yeah.
at the altar,
At the altar.
no less.
It does.
So
yeah.
it's not your typical wedding day jitters, though.
No.
Our main character,
Right.
Sophie,
Yeah.
is standing there about to marry Stuart,
Yeah.
and she's hit with this realization that he's going to cheat.
Oh, wow.
Not even like a hunch.
Okay.
She just knows.
You just know.
It's not a feeling.
Wow.
It's just a knowledge.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But what I found really interesting is that Sophie isn't heartbroken.
Right?
She's more annoyed than anything. It's like she expected this to happen.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, here we go again.
Here we go again. Yes, Sophie has this unique perspective on love. Every single person she's ever committed to
Wow.
has cheated on her.
Every single one.
Every single one.
It's got to do something to a person.
It does something to you, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's come to this conclusion
Right.
that love is basically a societal myth, something we've all been tricked into believing just to keep the population going,
So she thinks
Yeah.
love is just for babies.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cynical view of life.
It is a little cynical.
But given her track record, I can kind of see where she's coming from.
Yeah, you can't blame her,
Right.
given her experience.
So what happens next?
Well,
Does she go through at the wedding?
oh no, she definitely does not.
No.
Sophie calls off the wedding right then and there.
Good for her.
It's a bold move,
Yeah.
but it leaves her in a bit of a financial bind.
Oh, no.
She was counting on Stuart to help with their fancy apartment,
Of course.
and now she's scrambling.
So what does she do?
What's she gonna do?
Move back in with her parents.
Not quite.
Oh.
She ends up living with these two quirky characters,
Okay.
Rose and Larry.
Rose and Larry.
Rose is this eccentric older woman,
Okay.
and Larry is her cooking-obsessed friend.
Interesting.
It's a total mismatch,
Yeah.
but somehow it works.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is giving me serious sitcom vibes.
Oh, totally.
I can already imagine, like,
Yeah.
the hilarious dinner conversations
Yeah.
and just, like, the mishaps that they get into.
Oh, I know.
But how does our wedding crasher, Max, enter the picture?
Well, Sophie's friend TJ is about to marry this, controlling nightmare.
Oh, no.
He's desperate for a way out.
Yeah.
Enter Max,
Okay.
who makes a living objecting at weddings.
Serious?
For people who need an escape route.
People actually hire him to do that.
Apparently it is.
That's a business.
It's a business.
Wow.
And it's through this whole wedding crasher situation
Okay.
that Sophie and Max first meet.
Oh, this is good.
Their initial encounter is at Sophie's botched wedding. She's in a Bears jersey,
Oh, my God.
chugging champagne,
This is great.
celebrating her freedom.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already picturing this first meeting, and it's hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
She is anything but a heartbroken bride.
No, she's not heartbroken at all.
So how do they go from a chance encounter to fake dating?
Well, Max needs Sophie's help to crash TJ's wedding.
Okay.
And Sophie, ever practical,
Yeah.
agrees to do it for the money.
Of course.
And to make their act convincing, they decide to attend as a couple.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
It's the classic rom-com setup.
It is.
Fake dating leading to real feelings.
The best kind.
I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
Me too.
So what kind of shenanigans do they get up to as fake dates?
They end up crashing a whole series of weddings.
Oh my gosh.
Each one more outrageous than the last.
I love it.
There's one where Sophie ends up putting the bride in a headlock
No.
because she was trying to sabotage TJ's escape. It's pure chaos.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, but amidst all the craziness, sparks start to fly between Sophie and Max.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Fake dating never stays fake for long.
never.
But Sophie has some serious walls built up around her heart.
She does?
How does Max start to break them down?
It's a gradual process.
Okay.
Their first kiss after the second wedding they crash is described as electric.
Ooh,
But they're both hesitant to acknowledge their growing feelings.
I bet.
And the fake relationship starts to bleed into their real lives,
Whoa.
with Max using it to appease his parents
Okay.
and Sophie to appear more social at work.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
They're both using the charade to achieve personal goals.
exactly.
But how does their relationship
Yeah.
move beyond just a convenient arrangement?
Well, there's a major turning point
Okay.
when Max gets a job objecting at his ex-girlfriend Lilibeth's wedding.
His girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
That's going to be a problem.
This throws a wrench into things.
I bet.
And Sophie, in a moment of uncharacteristic impulsiveness.
So
Brooke insists on going with him.
Wait.
Yeah.
So she's willing to face his ex head on.
She is.
What is driving her to do that?
I think it's partly a desire for revenge on Max's behalf, but there's something deeper at play.
Yeah.
I think it's the first real indication that her feelings for Max are becoming more than just a casual fling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is getting juicy.
It is.
So what happens at the ex's wedding?
Well,
Does Max go through with the objection?
actually, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
But the confrontation between Max and Lilibeth reveals that she's not cheating.
Okay.
She's actually in love with someone else.
Oh.
And this brings closure for Max, who realizes he's finally moved on from their past relationship.
So that's one obstacle cleared.
One obstacle down.
But I have a feeling there are more bumps in the road ahead
I think you might be right.
for Sophie and Max.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
Well, let's find out. It seems like it, right?
Yeah.
But right when it seems like things are moving in the right direction, life throws a curveball.
Oh, no.
This time it involves Sophie's roommate, Larry.
Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What happens to Larry?
He has a sudden health scare
Oh, God.
and is rushed to the hospital.
Oh, no.
It's a serious situation, and
Yeah.
Sophie's understandably shaken.
I bet.
Yeah,
That's so sad.
it is.
Larry seems like such a sweetheart,
He is.
despite being a bit quirky.
A little quirky, but lovable.
Yeah. How does this affect Sophie and Max?
Well, amidst all the worry and chaos,
Yeah.
Max steps up
Okay.
and proves himself to be a true friend to Sophie.
Oh,
He's there for her, offering comfort and support
that's
as
good.
she navigates this difficult time.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's showing her a different side of himself.
Right.
One that's more than just charming and playful.
Exactly. Max's actions speak volumes about his character.
Yeah.
He's not just a wedding crasher with a quick wit. He's capable of genuine compassion and empathy.
Yeah, and how does Sophie react to Max's support?
Well,
Does she let him in,
yeah.
or does she push him away?
She allows him to be there for her.
Okay.
Which is a big step for someone like Sophie,
What?
who's used to keeping people at a distance.
Yeah.
And as Larry starts to recover,
Okay.
he gives Sophie some heartfelt advice.
Oh, I love when, like, the wise older characters offer their wisdom.
Right.
What does Larry tell Sophie?
He encourages her to seize the opportunity with Max.
Okay.
He reminds her that life is short and unpredictable,
Yeah.
and that love, despite its risks, is something to be cherished.
That's beautiful advice.
It is.
It sounds like Larry's words have a profound impact on Sophie.
They do.
Does she finally open up to Max?
She does.
Yeah.
Empowered by Larry's words
Oh.
and touched by Max's consistent support,
Yeah.
Sophie decides to take a leap of faith.
Okay.
She seeks Max out
Okay.
and confesses her true feelings.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for.
I know, right?
How does her confession play out? Is it a grand romantic gesture?
It's not a grand gesture.
Okay.
It's a heartfelt and honest conversation.
Okay.
No grand gestures. Just two people acknowledging their love for each other.
Oh,
It's a beautiful and raw moment,
yeah.
full of vulnerability and the promise of a future together.
This is giving me all the warm, fuzzy feelings.
Oh.
But knowing this is a rom-com,
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing there's still some hurdles they need to overcome.
There might be a few.
So what happens after their confession? Do they immediately jump into a happily ever after scenario?
Not quite.
Okay.
While they're both committed to building a relationship,
Uh-huh.
old habits and fears die hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sophie, despite her confession,
Yeah.
still struggles with her deeply ingrained cynicism about love.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's not easy to just erase years of ingrained beliefs.
definitely not.
So how does she work through these lingering doubts?
Well, Max plays a crucial role in this.
Okay.
He's patient and understanding,
Good.
constantly reassuring Sophie, and proving to her that their love is real and worth fighting for.
It sounds like he's really stepping up
He is.
and showing her what genuine love looks like.
Showing her the way.
But what about Max?
Yeah,
Does he have any baggage he needs to unpack?
he does.
Okay.
Max has a history of avoiding commitment,
Okay.
always keeping things casual and non-committal.
Right.
But with Sophie, it's different.
Oh.
He wants a future with her,
Okay.
which means confronting his fear of settling down.
So they're both facing their fears head on.
They are?
What kind of challenges do they encounter as they navigate this new territory together?
Well, there's the inevitable clash of personalities.
Oh, yeah.
Sophie with her pragmatism and cynicism,
Right.
and Max with his impulsiveness and grand gestures
Yeah.
don't always see eye to eye.
Okay. That sounds like a recipe for some hilarious misunderstandings.
It can be.
And conflicts. How do they manage to bridge this gap?
Through open communication and a willingness to compromise.
Good.
They learn to appreciate each other's strengths.
Okay.
And accept their differences.
It sounds like they're really putting in the effort.
They are.
To build a solid foundation for their relationship.
Exactly.
But I'm curious to know how their unconventional journey culminates.
Yeah.
Does their love story lead to the traditional happily ever after?
We'll have to see about that. It does.
Okay.
But in a way that's perfectly them.
Okay.
You have to remember this is Sophie we're talking about. The woman who called off her own wedding.
Right.
Because she was certain the groom would cheat.
Right.
A grand romantic gesture just wouldn't cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does Max propose? Does he hire himself to object at their wedding as a joke?
That would be amazing.
Right.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no, he does something even better.
Okay.
He knows Sophie needs more than just words.
Yeah.
She needs to see that he truly gets her. Cynicism and all.
Right.
So picture this.
Okay.
Sophie's at work, stressed out of her mind.
I've been there.
And suddenly she's called into an emergency meeting.
Oh, no.
When she arrives,
Yeah.
it's not her colleagues waiting.
Oh.
It's Max. And he launches into a full-on wedding objection.
Right.
Directed at her.
Seriously?
Yeah.
He crashes a work meeting to declare his love?
Pretty much.
That's so bold.
It is. And
so mad.
It's the perfect blend of romantic and hilarious.
Yeah.
He's declaring his love, but he's also acknowledging their unconventional journey.
Right.
And in front of everyone,
oh my God.
he asks Sophie to marry him.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect.
It's pretty great.
How does Sophie react?
Well, she's completely floored.
Yeah.
Stunned.
Embarrassed.
Right. Touched.
Yeah.
And ultimately she says yes.
Wow.
It's a beautiful culmination of everything they've been through.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so them. And so wonderfully unexpected.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with these two.
But the story doesn't end there, right?
It doesn't.
They still have to get to the altar.
They do.
So their journey to the altar isn't without its bumps.
Right.
They have to deal with like overbearing families.
Of course.
Last-minute wedding chaos.
Yeah.
And of course, their own like lingering doubts and anxieties.
It wouldn't be a rom-com without it.
It wouldn't be a wedding.
Exactly.
So how do they navigate all of that?
They do it together.
Okay.
They've learned to communicate, to support each other, and most importantly, to laugh at the absurdity of it all.
I love that.
And their wedding day reflects that perfectly.
Okay.
It's unconventional, quirky, and filled with personal touches that represent their unique journey.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be right for them to have a cookie-cutter wedding.
Exactly.
So do we get a glimpse into their happily ever after?
We do. The book ends with Sophie and Max embracing married life. They're still figuring things out.
Right.
Still learning and growing.
Of course.
But they're doing it side by side.
Yeah.
With a healthy dose of humor and a whole lot of love.
That's so heartwarming.
It is.
It sounds like happily never after is a perfect blend of humor, romance, and real-life challenges.
Exactly.
So it reminds us that love doesn't always come in a neat little package.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes it's messy.
Yeah.
Unconventional.
It is.
And even a little cynical.
Definitely.
But when it's real, it can conquer anything.
I think so.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Happily Never After.
I had a pleasure.
I had a great time.
Me too.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more bookish adventures.
Definitely.
And hit that like button if you enjoyed the ride.
If you liked it.
Don't forget to share the knowledge.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.